We're going to look at another example of a multi-step equation that has variables on both sides of the equal sign. But this time we also have constants on both sides of the equal sign. This is just another example so that you can get a little bit of extra practice. So we're going to follow the same steps that we followed the last time. We're going to identify the variable terms. Here I have a 3k, that's a variable term. I have a 7k, that's a variable term. One on one side, one on the other side. Now I have a -1, that's a constant. Remember to keep that sign with the constant or with the term. And I have a +2, that's a constant. So I'm going to circle them, okay? I've identified my variable terms. I've identified my constants. Now I want to collect variable terms and I want to collect constants. So if I collect my variable terms, I want my variable terms to all be on the left-hand side of the equation, okay? I've got a 3k and I've got a 7k, and I want to get this 7k over here to the left. I know that what I have to do is inverse operations. If I look at this 7k plus 2, this is a positive 7k. If there's no sign there, I assume it's positive. So that's a positive 7k. The way that I undo plus 7k is by subtracting 7k. 7k minus 7k is 0. I have to do the same thing, the exact same thing I do on the right, I have to do on the left. So since I subtracted 7k, I'm going to subtract 7k. And I write it right underneath my variable term over here because I know that I can work with them together because they're like terms. 3k minus 7k is going to give me -4k. I still have -1 equals, and now on the right hand side I have a +2 or a +2. So I'm just going to write that as a 2 because I know +2. Okay? That is a constant. -1's a constant. -4k is a variable term. I'll keep them identified so that I know what I'm doing with them. The next thing that I need to do, I've collected my variable terms. All my variable terms are over here on the left-hand side, and I've even skipped a little bit of a step and I've already simplified this. So I've done my I've done my 3k minus 7k gives me -4k. I skipped a step. I have -4k minus 1 equals 2. My next step is to collect the constants on the right-hand side. I want to move this guy over here because I want -1 over here with the 2 on the right-hand side. I want -1 has an inverse operation of +1, so I'm going to do -1 plus 1. That'll equal 0, so that cancels. Because I did +1 on the left, I have to do +1 on the right. So what I'm going to do is now simplify my equation. I've already simplified this. So I've got a -4k as my variable term on the left, and I've got 2 plus 1, which gives me 3. I'm simplifying that. Check off my steps here. And I'm left with -4k equals 3. Now, the last thing that I do, and I'm going to circle my constant so I know I have that, -4k equals 3. I've collected my variables on the left, I've collected my constants on the right. It's simplified as much as it can be. The last thing I'm going to use is my inverse operations that are left to isolate this variable of k. So I'm going to divide by -4 because the inverse operation of multiply by -4 is to divide by -4. And whatever I did on the left side, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the right side. So I'm going to divide this by -4 also. And now I'm left with -4 divided by -4 is 1. I'm left with k equals -3/4 because +3 divided by -4 is going to give me -3/4. It's going to give me a negative number. K equals -3/4, and that is your solution.